guys, thank you so much for tuning in and clicking on this video. It's the latest on trend with your girl Bianca.
Hello. Welcome YouTube, welcome Instagram. We are live back again with another full disclosure reaction, and I am back again with the lovely
It's gotta be done.
It's gotta be done.
We've got to do this full disclosure.
It's gotta be done. Period. Yes, we are back with another full disclosure reaction. I'm coming to you guys like every episode live. I think it's better like that because then we can interact and get you guys' opinion. And I agree. I get to have a special guest on the channel. So I think it makes it more fun. If you guys have just joined on YouTube, please do smash that like button and drop down in the comment section. Let us know that you are about. Why you ladies? Oh my gosh, you know what? We didn't even do it on purpose. They were wearing black. We were wearing black.
I know. Right?
And like Esther said, like we're all wearing black like it's a funeral. I promise you that was not even on purpose.
Yeah, it really was not.
Like when we picked the color to wear, it wasn't even like we thought, oh, let's dress like the ladies.
It was just like black is easy and quick.
Yeah, like literally like jump quick like black. But you know what?
I like it.
It works. Hey, Faye. Hey, Aquabil and Trust. What's good, Instagram? What's good, YouTube? Let's get into the video. We are here doing a full disclosure reaction videos for those who are watching it, which is Trend Central new show that they have put out for us. And it is episode 4. Episode 4. And this was the last episode with Esther, Lani, and they brought in a special guest, Bianca. Now, we did do a reaction last week. If you missed that, the live is up on my channel. Go and watch our reaction to that. And it ended with dun. Nah, Andy actually brought in. Is she coming? Is she sitting here? That's how it kind of ended. And Bianca came in. She sat on the chair, and I was wondering, who is she? Who is Bianca? Now, rumors is what on the street is.
What on the internet?
Is allegedly the guy in question is Mark Cuban, who was also on Backchat. Okay, that's the word on the street.
Wait, Lani did say Mark.
Did she?
Yeah, she said Mark.
Did she actually? I missed it. When?
If we could replay, she said Mark.
I'm gonna need to watch it again.
She said Mark.
Ooh. Okay. And I did do a video. I have been following up on this, what has been going on in the back of the episodes. I've been following up the aftermath. So guys, watch those channels, watch those videos. But yeah, that's crazy. I missed that. If she said Mark.
She said Mark.
Oh my god, yeah, one of them said Mark. Right. Okay. That's going to be quite interesting how he's going to be responding to it. Now, these are really serious allegations, isn't it? Like, we're going to we're going to go into it, the acid, like everything, like the abuse and everything like that. Okay, so Bianca comes in. What was your like?
I don't know, because everything, she was really nervous.
Yeah.
I was like, it's like the hype was like so nerve-wracking because obviously they know a lot more than we do. So her nerves, I couldn't quite understand because I was trying to think to myself, where does she fit into the story? Like, why are you so nervous and why are you even here?
Okay, yeah. Okay.
So, she was getting me nervous and agitated. I was thinking, what's the energy going to be like? Are you going to change the energy? But she kind of kept it to a mellow, grown woman. Let's talk about it. I'm sorry, and I'm sorry.
Yeah. I kind of felt the same. I was a bit like, okay, what are you here to do? Like, what part do you play? And then throughout the show, I kind of felt a bit like, what was the point still?
I felt like she knew so much that she could have just I think she was being catty in the background, like being a beat.
She was neither for them ladies. Like she's like, even though she was just like, I want to apologize. I just kind of feel like she's not for any of them.
No, I mean in the background, like way before, because this happened in 2000.
Yeah, this happened like last year. Or something.
Yeah, I think now they've all had a change of heart, but I felt from what I could see on screen that she knew so much that she was kind of feeling like, it's kind of like, you know, when someone's like the Mark type of guy where he has so many women and there's always like one or two females I feel like
they're the one queen bee,
and they know everything and he wouldn't do anything negative to them. And she gives you that vibe. Withholding information.
I feel like she was giving me that vibe as well, like, because there was even a point where she said to you, Esther, something like, even though like something about her being better than her or something like that, but like obviously like your case is like different. Like she was still, even though it happened like last year or whatever year, I still get that vibe that as far as I was concerned, like I knew you lot had a situation, but
it's almost like disconnecting the fact that he's such a, probably now, because she's, after Esther and Mark were done, allegedly Mark is the guy.
Yeah.
We can call him William.
Yeah, let's call him William.
After William,
let's call him Matthew, because let's keep the M there. Let's call him Matthew.
Okay. Or Matt.
Matt, yeah, let's call him Matt. Yeah,
Matt's quitter.
Yeah, Matt.
But what was I saying?
So you were saying like, even though like she knew that Matt, what Matt had to do with it?
What?
Basically, yeah. What I'm gonna say is, I just kind of felt like, why? I felt like she was still kind of protecting him.
Oh,
in a
it
way.
Came back to me. What I was saying was, her, after Esther finished with Matt, she was still dealing with Matt up until recently. That's what she said.
Yeah, like
so for her,
it's true.
It's still quite fresh, whereas they're already over it. And she kept saying like, I don't want to say what he told me. It's like, just say it out loud. Like, obviously the guy was lying to you about what he said about the other females, but she took it as like an upper hand. But it's like, no.
And the thing is, it's like
she bought into the lie.
Yeah.
And she stayed on, and I feel like she felt embarrassed, so she just had to come and be like, you know what, I'm sorry, like I was wrong.
And the thing is, like, even she only recently stopped dealing with Matt, but even prior to that, she knew about Esther. That's why, like, when she pulled up in the car, she was just sitting there because she was just like, Matt had already told her, like, she was just a come up, she was just this, so she knew about Esther.
Don't you think it's funny how the whole pull up situation, and she tried to be like, I wasn't scared.
I know. It's like I wasn't scared to try and fight you. It's just like, yeah, you were.
No. It's like, it's not even about a fight. It's like, I just felt like it was quite funny how she defended the fact that she wasn't scared, but the fact is, you were muted in a situation.
Yeah, you were mute,
and
the sis was asking you, like, and you were just there mute.
Yeah.
And the thing is, it's like, you obviously knew what was going on because she was messaging your friend. Like, I'm in a situation.
So
it's like she was like a what's that word when you're an apprentice, an accomplice.
Yeah, so she said she was messaging her friend that she's in a messy situation, but yet she
was
mute because she didn't want to.
She didn't want to blow his cover. Basically, it's like,
so
you're not. Yeah, it's like she's not a girl's girl. Like, that's why I kind of felt like she was on either of those girls' side. Like, really truly deep down, because the fact that you knew what was going on but you still carried on dating him even after till recently, it's like you just came on a show to be like, I wanted to support you, sis.
But that's what it is when you're manipulated to a point where you're manipulated so well that you now believe in the lies that you've been told, to the point where
I get that, but the thing is, like, she was saying that because she tried to be like, let's be clear, like, none of us are special. What? And then it's just, that's what she was like saying. She was just like, none of us are like special, but obviously, like, Esther, like, I know your case is like different. So it's like, I don't know, like, I still kind of got a vibe, like, there's certain things like, okay, you don't need to tell us, like, none of us are special, like, because she was trying to be like, there's like a plethora of women, like, that he has done this too. So to me, it's like, I get the whole, like, you're manipulated, like, you've been preyed on and stuff, but she was very clued on the type of man that he was. So she's still, I kind of felt like she was maybe enjoying a bit of what he was giving her, the lifestyle, driving in the range. She knew that range was not his. Like, she knew a lot of the things, but she still decided to deal with it. So I kind of felt like, I don't know, maybe a side to her was enjoying the lifestyle. Maybe a side to her thought that she was the main one, like you were saying, like, because she even said, like, I don't know what your situation is with Lani, and obviously I know your situation, Esther, but I also felt like I was building something with him.
Yeah, I felt like with what's her name again?
Who? Bianca.
Bianca.
Ciao, that girl.
I can't keep up with these people. But I felt like Bianca knew a lot more than she wanted to admit, and she believed a lot of the lies because she wanted to be the one to have the ideal. She wanted to be the trophy.
Yes, exactly.
So it's like, keep the lie and you'll be my trophy, and I'm gonna choose you. But he never chose.
He never chose none of them. He never chose her either. And what's even sad, let's just jump onto the news. Sorry guys, we'll be going all over the gaff. But like, you know, when Lani even addressed her about the nudes, and she was just like, she forwarded it. It's like, why would you do that? Like, you don't have to be friends just as a woman. Like, do you not have, what's your moral compass like for you to do that? To find it funny? Because on the couch, she was just like, it was funny, and then she tried to apologize for saying that it was funny. So it's like, is it funny? Did you find it funny? Like, I just didn't understand where her mindset. I couldn't read her that much. I didn't find her to be genuine. Like,
yeah, she came across very apologetic and very sorry and all this and that. But the fact remains that she was only just gotten over the situation
recently like last year, isn't it? That they only stopped dealing. So yeah, I don't know. Like, I just kind of felt like it was a bit like, I don't really care for you two ladies, but because you tried to be like, you know, I don't want to put my business out there, but I want to raise awareness. Babe, how are you supposed to raise awareness
if you don't put
your business out, if you don't tell your story?
Yeah, what awareness?
What awareness are you trying to raise, sis? Like, make it make sense. Like, that did not make sense. Like, what exactly did you come in? She tried to be like, oh, you know, I'm not this social media person, but you know people in the industry, like, you know, this Mark is obviously in it, so you kind of have, you may not be fully blown in it, but you are happy to kind of rub yourself.
I think also if we can go deep into it, where she kept saying,
Faye, she didn't sound apologetic at all. I agree with you. I don't know what she's talking about.
Okay. Maybe she didn't sound apologetic.
She was trying to perceive herself.
Yeah, she was using a lot of key words. She was using a lot of key words.
I want to apologize.
Yeah, she was using key words. Yeah.
And sorry, on the topic of apologeticness, okay. Personally speaking, if you genuinely are sorry, I would like to hear the word I am sorry for what I did that made you feel like it did. Not I apologize that what I did may have made you feel like. I just hate it when people detach themselves.
It's like, I was not in the wrong. I didn't do anything wrong. It's like they all have some part to play in it. It's like everybody had accountability in their own actions.
Like, why is it so hard for people to say I am sorry?
I was
that I made you feel that way. Not like,
because let's even go back to the beginning. Guys, when she said she was in a range and you knew there was another woman, stop dealing with the person. If he bumped the car,
but even before they were in the
there was having a situation, red flag. Leave the guy.
That's what I'm saying. So it's like even till last year, she still dealt with him, even though she knew about Esther, and she knows that her and Esther and Mark legit had like a proper relationship, but she still carried on with it.
Yeah, I think she wanted to be the main. Like,
she wanted to be the main.
It's like, I know everything. He tells me everything. He's never gonna do this to me. I think she found the hard way. Like, babe, you're not the only one, and I'll do it to all of you.
Yeah, she was definitely like, I don't know. I feel like her much. I don't know. I was not. I'm so sorry. I was not here.
But it was really not cool for her to say that she forwarded that. That's
the nudes.
Let's talk about that. That's really harmful. That's really like.
That's really spiteful. Like, you must be really spiteful to be an accomplice in doing something like, because you know how detrimental like having nudes. Imagine if that was you, sis. Like,
and why are people even sending nudes.
Yeah, like I'm sorry, I'm gonna say this. I did not believe Lani when she was just like, I don't send, like, obviously, like maybe I've sent like 100 nudes, like, and then, you know, her eye starts going to the ceiling and going all over the place because you're trying to like put your story together. Babe, do what you want to do. I personally would suggest not to.
Yeah.
But like,
but you know what it is? What's funny is, you know how people have social media, Instagram, and they look all good and they're half naked.
Yeah.
You want to see my nude, and I'm one of those females. Go on my Instagram.
Yeah, but I think this is like full on nudes.
Yeah, but it's like if
you're pretty much half naked.
It's like if you're already on Instagram and being all this Instagram model, just tell the guy, listen, my Instagram is there if you want to see my body. Go and click and whatever you need to do.
Because she was just like, obviously, like if I'm dating a guy, then I just like sending nudes.
Dating,
but then she was just like, but I've only sent it to one person. Well, actually, just like 2 people, and that's it. And say, but you said that you're dating. If you're dating guys, baby's dating more than 2 guys, so that's questionable. But I'm just saying,
no
just because you put it out there,
no judgment.
Do you sis? But I think that, you know what, like, I just feel like maybe as a woman, like, I don't know, I feel like maybe men would value us a lot more if we just had a little bit more of
but I get it. I mean, it's very competitive, you know. I can imagine if you're in that limelight and, you know, you've got body work done, it's very competitive, you feel compelled to show your nudes.
Okay.
And guys can be pressurizing females to do that stuff, like by saying little stuff here and there, and you feel like you're in competition with someone else, and you feel like if I send it to him, I'm extra special. No,
that's not it. Yeah, like, do men let me put this question out to men, like, do you men respect women that would like send you nudes? Like, you're just dating, like Faye said, like it was 6 weeks of them dating. Like, so at what point of that, within their 6 weeks, like 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, which part of the week did you start sending him nudes?
Do you send the headshot?
Do you send it like in the first week, in the second week, third? Which time? Because I feel like 6 weeks, babe, it's not even a year. Like,
it's like I don't know you.
I don't even know you like that.
As I said, do background checks. Like, I don't know you for me.
Oh yeah, thank you for bringing that up.
I don't know you. Must do a background check first before I send you anything.
And the thing is, yeah, I've had this conversation with my friends before, like about doing background checks on people, like before you start dating them. But I just think because of data protection, I just don't think it's something that we will ever be able to do, because that is people's personal information and they have the right for their data to be protected. I think it would be great. Like, I think it would be great to be able to do that, but because of data protection and how serious it is, I don't think we'll ever be able to do that. It doesn't matter what the person has done, they have the right for their data to be protected. Yeah.
And I think people show themselves enough. There's enough red flags, and we just need to be a bit more wise and really open our eyes and talk to people around the person. If you're looking to date someone, get to know his friends and who he hangs out with. That will tell you a lot anyway. Like, if they're always out on the nightlife, like, come on, it doesn't take a genius to figure out what's going to happen.
Because it's like, why are you out in the streets? Like,
if they're coming at odd hours, if they're not, there's a lot. And that goes for females as well. If you know, the phone is ringing at different times of the night or different hours of the day, it's like, come on, like, you shouldn't be pinging that much. Like, what's up? Investigate. Like, there's a lot that you can investigate in your own time without, you know, it doesn't mean to say that you're like a what's the call, like
possessive or
possessive or anything. Do your checks before you actually
be woke.
Be woke.
And I think we said this like last week about like even like speaking to your friends, like confiding your friends, like who you are dating, and talking about the red flags that you mentioned. I think we see them. We just choose to ignore them. They might be little, but we see them red flags.
He was hiding his red flag with the muscles.
Yeah,
red flag, and his height.
Like, he was putting them in his pecs, like one here, one here, one here, one here. Red flag. Like, literally, if you stripped off all them muscles, he'll be red. Like, I'm here, red everywhere. This is what I'm saying. Like, don't be blinded by muscles, please. Okay, please. Like,
and
what?
didn't he have surgery, Matt? Did Matt have surgery?
I'm sure it was him that had surgery too. The pecs, isn't it?
The pecs.
Yeah, I'm sure it was him that had surgery. But yeah, man, like like that's the thing, like when we choose our spouses and partners, like I do feel like, okay, cool, like be attracted to the person, and they have to be good looking to you, and you have to be attracted to them. But I think that we ought to not be so short-sighted when we choose to like date people and just be blinded by the outward appearance.
Yeah.
Like let's actually learn to like get to know people. Like do your value, like what's your values like Esther said, he had a criminal record, and it's like, I mean, I'm pretty sure someone like that known word would be on the street, but we just choose to like ignore it. Like you,
and that's what they said. Like they said, a lot of people knew him, but people just chose to be quiet.
Yeah, or
people
if people said things, it wasn't enough. It was just like little bits. But I'm sorry, yeah. If I'm dating someone and I'm hearing bits,
too many bits,
my friends. What is this bits I am hearing?
We need to expand on a paragraph of the bits.
Yeah, like, did you question him?
Yeah.
And like, what was his reaction like?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, like
I think people are afraid to just ask questions, and they don't want to be perceived as being crazy or as being really like, oh, why are you asking too many questions? You shouldn't be asking. It's like, listen, if you're gonna think I'm crazy because I'm asking the right question, think that, because we probably don't need to be together anyway.
Yeah, and you know what I think it is as well, is like we actually so desperately desire like a connection. Like as much as the people are out there doing the madness, like we all really desire like to have that compassion. And someone like Mark, to look at you, you probably feel like, oh my gosh, because like he's so good looking, he's so tall. And sometimes girl will latch onto that because they'll be like, right, out of all of the females, he chose me. Oh, thank you for all the love on Instagram, by the way. So like people will be like, out of the ladies, he's chose me. Like I don't know if any ladies have ever gone through this. Like when an attractive guy finds you attractive, you're like, oh my god, he finds me attractive, and you literally instantly get blinded. And secondly, no, you do, because you can't believe it. What's funny?
It's just your reaction, like,
it's
blind.
It's true.
I was trying to imagine how you get blind.
No, you do. You get blinded because you proper just like you get gassed. Okay, like real talk. Yeah, you get gassed. And the thing is that, and secondly, when people move very quickly in a relationship and you get intimate like really quickly, that blinds you like completely. And so once he gets you and you are attached, you are hooked one way or the other, it's going to be very hard for you to let go of that person, even if they're toxic, even if they show you these red flags. So you have to be strong within yourself to be like, you know what exactly am I looking for? And be real with yourself. Like if you are looking for something real, then you're going to take your time, because you don't want to attach yourself to somebody who potentially might not be the right person for you just because they are so good looking. But if you just want to like find someone like a quick thing, or you're just looking for that, what's the word, like not affirmation, what's the word, like you're just looking for that validation, like you're just so desperate, like, because I find that a lot.
It's not like you don't value yourself, but you don't look at yourself and feel like I'm a 10-10.
Yeah, like you don't look at yourself like that. You look at him and be like, right, that's a 10-10. He probably, I'm like a 2, like compared to, but you're not, like you're a 10-2, but you just don't see yourself like that. So the minute that he puts his eyes on you, you're just gonna be like, right, let me just keep quiet, or let me just try and behave, or let me just try and be a good girl, let me try and please him so that I can stay, let me do whatever. He asked me to take out loan, all right, yeah, I'll take it out for you. He asked me to take out a car, all right, yeah, I'll take it out for you. And then he starts getting into your
she
head.
did sound like she had a lot of pain, because I feel
Bianca or Esther?
No, Bianca. It's like she was dealing with a lot, because she was like, your finances is going to be messed up. It's like, girl, he put you through the ringer, but you thought
she didn't want to like talk about it. And even like to the point, when he's calling you out and you're leaving your son by yourself, and then he takes you in the car to drive off. First of all, why would you get in a car when he's going to drive you off when you got your child? Like, I'll be like, sorry, I can't go anywhere. I've got my child in the house. So you must be hooked some way for him to have so much control over you to get you to leave your son by yourself.
That's another.
Do you get what I mean?
That's another like.
That's mad. Like, that's actually mad. And then he leaves you somewhere, like, even though she was really trying to emphasize, like, it wasn't far from the house, like it wasn't far from the house, but that's not the point. Because your door might have been open. Like, we don't know how old your son is, and I'm not saying this with any like judgment, but it's kind of like, we need to, if you're going to talk the truth, like, let's talk the truth. You know what I mean?
There's no point of saying half the truth. It's like, what, you're not helping somebody else.
Because you're saying half of the truth, but you're still trying to cover up Like, you're still trying to cover him. You're still trying to cover up the things that he did. And it's like, why don't you just sit there and take accountability and say, do you know what? I was really manipulated. I was really hooked onto this guy. I really thought that we were building something.
I had a weak
moment. And it's like, for those who are compassionate enough, wouldn't judge you, and you know how the internet can be. But if you came to really raise awareness of how that person was, like, that would break you to think that you put your child in danger, because I'm pretty sure it was late at night. She said it was even raining. She was walking back barefoot, and you still went back to that guy. So there was something seriously wrong with you, but you're sitting there on the couch trying to be like, I just came here to support you and to raise awareness, baby. Like
it's like, no, we're good over here.
Yeah, like, we're good over here. Like, Esther's good over here. Lani's good over here. You're the one that needs to open up so your healing can start coming, because you sent news of another woman. You did all of that. You knew that this man was doing what he was doing, but you still carried on. So there's something that you need to do to get your healing too. Like, that's how it should have been approached. But I personally didn't really see the point. Like, you literally made Lani cry. I'm pretty sure that's why Lani was crying, but I don't know why she was crying. But
I don't know why.
So Faye says she's either embarrassed or still loves him.
Both.
Maybe both.
I think she still loves him, and she's extremely embarrassed.
And I wouldn't be surprised if she went back to him. Like, you know, because it's still fresh. Like, I wouldn't be surprised, because I feel like she really tried to cover it up, like, a lot.
Yeah, she did.
And it's like, why are you covering for him? Because she's like, but you know, he's like, and it's just like, please, my friends.
Maybe they've got some business going on. Like,
maybe, who knows?
Like, they've got unfinished ties, and you know, some finances tied up in each other and all sorts.
Yeah, like, that's mad. Like, you know, when she was talking about the acid thing, I actually felt like, I thought I got choked, because I was like, wow, like, that's actually sad. Like, that's actually sad. And it's crazy that so much abuse talk has been going on this week, but we really shouldn't stick in situations where, and it's easier said than done, but it's like, that's why you need to have a strong support system around you.
I think there's one thing talking about it, but then it's like, okay, now we've talked about abuse, but how did you find your way out of it? What did you do to get out of it? Like, that's what I think Esther touched on it on last episode, where she said she had to go to therapy.
It's
like, you don't just leave abuse. It doesn't just happen overnight, because it doesn't start overnight. In some cases it might do, but in many cases it's always like a friend or somebody close to you, and then it will be something gradual. And it's like, yes, we can talk about abuse, we can say don't do it, just leave, but how? Where's the how? And what's the process? How long does it take? Because there's different layers to it.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, and I also do appreciate the fact that Esther did touch up on that. It's like I said last week, she navigated her story and the conversation really well. And I think it would have been nice for each woman to touch on how they kind of recovered or dealt with it, because there's different avenues that works for different people. Like, some women would be strong enough to just pack up and go. For some women, it would take longer. So it depends. And also, they all have different time frames with this man, which means that the roots are deeper to each individual. Like, some people were not.
And like she said, it's like, it's not that you're weak. They're very successful. They have their own businesses. They have everything going on. They have money. You know, it's not even like, oh, I need the man for money, or I need the man for this. So that's how mad abuse is. It doesn't mean to say that you need the man for money or for anything. It just gradually happens to the point where you don't even realize that you're in abuse until it gets really to the point where, oh, I'm no longer behaving like I used to, or I'm no longer doing things that I used to do. You just find yourself doing certain things, or, you know, it all starts with the mind. And then I think a lot of women say the physical, that disappears after a while, but the mind, that's the bit that takes longer. Because how do you mentally recover? Because you have to mentally recover from different aspects of your life. You have to love yourself back. You have to get back into be motivated to do your daily activities. You have to get motivated to speak to your friends again. You have to acknowledge that you've been abused to start with.
You know?
And
I think, like, that is the key. Someone says, what about prevention as well? Because the harsh reality is some parents are raising abusers and they don't even know it.
Exactly. So there's a lot of talks about it's already happened, just go. But how did we get to the point where it has happened? How did it start? Everybody has a trigger point. What made that person, start the abuse? A lot of the time, people don't just start. They might have never even had negative parenting, but they might have had a traumatic experience. Maybe they've been sick for whatever reason and they've gone on to medication and that's messed up their mental. Maybe they've been heartbroken and they're like, you know what, never again.
Or they've just met like the wrong person or something. Because the thing is, it's like, yes, a lot of it can come from like the household, but you can have some households where both parents have been there. It's a goody two shoe child, and then they grow up, they go through a phase, and they meet the wrong crowd, and they just kind of feel like something happens to them in their life, and it's not from like their parents. Or it can be because there's different attachments that you can have with your parents. Sometimes you can grow up with two parents, but then there's still something that you're lacking, like from your parents. It could be like an emotional attachment. Maybe your parents haven't given you the time, and then you find that with someone else who is an abuser. And like you said, you don't realize that you're being manipulated. He starts isolating you. At first you think it's a good thing because it's something that you lacked from your parents, and he's giving you that time. And that time comes in a form of he's constantly checking up on you. Where are you? What are you doing? Who are you with? And at first you interpret it as he cares.
Yeah, it's cute. It's like, you're always calling me on. Thanks. And then it becomes into something else. It's like everything always evolve into something else.
Yeah, exactly.
If you don't manage a situation, it will evolve. And if you don't pay attention to a situation, it will evolve. That's how you miss the red flags.
Yeah,
because
and that's you haven't
you haven't paid attention to the evolution of the relationship. Because a lot of the times people don't break up because they're not paying attention to how the relationship is evolving. You're not going to be cute and happy and restaurants and all this is evolving over time. They might have lost their job and now they just feel all depressed and they're lashing it out on you. It's like so many different levels to it, but paying attention to the red flags and how you evolve as a person, because your tolerance might get lowered because you sympathize with their pain and you feel like, because they're in pain,
you're trying to be their hero or something.
It's okay if they're hurting me because they're suffering more. It's like sometimes you're getting abused, but
you don't
realize because they're going through more in your mind, and you kind of think that their abuse is acceptable. It's like a reverse psychology.
Yeah.
And it's just about speaking to people around you. Prevention is definitely
better.
I think being aware and having self-awareness and speaking to people, just being aware. I think it's good to say, okay, it's happened, but what can we look out for?
What are the signs to look after? And like sometimes it's like you have 30-year-olds, for example, that like because they've been cocooned for like so long, they have a brain of like the way that they process things is like a teenager or something like that. Like their brain hasn't developed enough like strongly to where they have a strong sense of identity, like even at adult stage. And so when they have when they are with somebody, it's like they don't know how to maneuver themselves in that relationship. Like they don't know how they should be. Like they don't know their rightfully how they should be. I think
it's what you interpret. Some let's say Matt example, he comes off very masculine, very some ladies like an authoritarian type of guy. You're gonna think that, oh, this is nice.
It's like a man's man.
Like,
it's like that's
my
what
protector,
I want.
He's gonna protect me, all this and that. Or you might even females are abusive. You might have a female who's always like, babe, do this, do that, and you might think like, oh yeah, I like it when she's controlling me, because you don't think it's controlling because you need to put your life in order. You're like, oh, my dinner's prep at a certain time. It's just like 9 o'clock, everything is at certain times, but until you now deep it, you're like, wait a minute,
like it's getting over, it's borderline now.
Control. Now I'm being controlled. Then it becomes like verbal, then it becomes physical. So I think definitely looking out for the signs and the change and evolution in relationship, situationship, marriage, whatever it is. Always look out for signs and evolutions of any character, your own character, their character, because there's always going to be a switch somewhere.
Yeah, because you need to see like how they react to certain things, like how they react, like what, you know, like, yeah, basically just that, like how they react.
There's always an evolution.
Yeah, like even in that video that resurfaced, Nuni said he uses his masculinity to overpower women.
Yeah.
And even if you guys did watch that little clip, the way that he reacted, like, bro, like that's a female, like you look like you're about to square up to her kind of thing. It was just like, calm down. Like, but imagine if it was just him and Nuni and he was reacting like that in a confined space. How intimidating would that be? Like, it's different when it's a room full of people, but imagine if it's just him and Nuni and he was just like, don't talk to me, like, don't talk to me, like in her face like that. Like, that's abuse. Like, and it's only, we probably see it differently because it was a room full of people, but take away everybody and it's just him and Nunu in a confined space. That's bad. Like, you shouldn't, the fact that you can get so flared up and actually talk to a woman like that, like, sorry, as a man, like, you should be able to control the situation without showing such anger and such aggression. It's like, to me, when you show anger and aggression as a man, you've already lost control.
But that's the thing, a lot of females like that and they don't think it's anything
No,
negative.
I don't think they like that being done to them. I don't know what female will like that being done to them. Like, he's just looking at me.
I'm not saying like in that negative way, but I'm saying like that aggressive like nature, like I'm the guy. They like it at first and then they come to realize that it's not a good look.
No, I get what you mean. Like, I feel like females just like the, like, I'm the man type of thing. You know, like when you're walking somewhere and you got your man there and you know, like, my man is here. You get me? Like,
pops up,
yeah, like what?
But you know, that's another thing. It's like 1 minute you want your man to be all aggressive and like da 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 da, and then the next minute now.
Because you can't pick and choose.
Yeah.
Like, if you want to have an aggressive man, best believe that aggression can also turn to you.
You never know.
Like, you want to have the kind of man that can calm a situation down without being aggressive or without having to fight. You don't want to be out and your man's popping bottles on people's heads and you're thinking, yeah, that's my guy, because he can so pop that bottle on your head too one day. That's the thing that you're saying. I think it's so important. Yeah, like,
even
we need to
females,
pick and choose.
Like, you might have a lady or who's always like outspoken, like anything happens, she's, you know, looking at another female. It's like, no, because that energy will also flip out on you, and then you as a man will start being physically abused by the female, because it does happen both ways.
It does happen both ways, yeah.
You know, and you may have men who will never do anything to the lady, and he's just, you know, being hurt.
Yeah.
And then later on in life, that same man that didn't say nothing and was taking all the pain can switch.
Yeah, because like hurt people, and it's like sometimes that's the only way where people can feel empowered is when they start hurting people that they see to be less than them or weaker than them. Because it's like everything that's been done to me, as soon as they see someone weaker than them, they now want to do that to them, because then it gives them a sense of power back.
But it was a great episode.
Yeah, it was a great episode. I really enjoyed it. I feel like, I mean, it's not going to stop there, I take it. So I'm going to be following up on the aftermath, because this is really serious allegations. So far, Mark hasn't responded. Well, he has put up...
Matt!
No, but now I'm saying the real person. The real person, allegedly who it is, okay, Mark, okay. But he has put up on his Instagram subliminal messages, and which I'm just like, okay, cool. So I'm gonna keep an eye out on what is going on. I feel like even though they filmed this last year, like, I'm pretty sure them watching it back has opened up like a lot of things, and obviously we don't see it as it's happened last year. We see it as like revelation, like, wow, like that's really what's been going on. So it's going to be interesting to see if he's going to be held accountable by any of his fellow you know, industry people, men particularly. I don't particularly see anything happening to him. I don't.
Well, if they didn't say nothing before,
then what's the...
But speak up.
I think the only thing that would come out of it is maybe some women. But then that's the thing as well, like women, the thing about women is, I don't know, because it's like you could tell, like, stay away from that guy, but then that will make the woman want to get that guy even more.
Yeah.
Do you understand what I'm trying to say? Like, I don't know what it is with women. It's like you tell the woman, yeah, but just because of the fact that it's like that guy is danger, that women would want to go to him even more.
They want to be the one that said, well, you said he was danger, but look, I've changed his. I'm the top one that he's chosen or whatever.
That's why I can't.
It's all very competitive, babes. It's very it's a very competitive, babe.
It is, man. It's like, listen,
women are
please, and at this, and for that, yeah, like if you do that, don't come and complain one day 50 years later that he abused me when you're the one that even went looking for him.
You went to look for the abuse.
You went to look for the abuse. Yeah, real talk, man. Because some women do that.
It's like, I knew there was abuse, but I went to look for it.
Yeah, because Esther had been with him, or like girls can be really weird like that.
So basically,
Lani had been with him.
So basically, because he's been with all these high-end profile ladies, you now feel that, oh, I'm a high-end because I'm with him.
Yeah,
you can't. It's kind of like,
it's like a way to validate your high-endness. Like, seriously,
it's like, so
you're desperate for the clout.
So because me now, I'm not earning millions, because this man's been with somebody who's earned millions, I would now think that I'm
on their level, like I'm on that.
You should be on your own level in any situation, circumstance, regardless of whoever else is in. Self-love, love yourself. You are your own levels, you're top notch, regardless of whatever you look like or whatever the case may be.
Yeah, and just like build your own success, no matter how long it takes. Like, be your own, be somebody. Like, if you want to be an influencer, yeah, it's like, would you influence yourself? Like the way that you live your life as an influencer. If you was a younger girl, you, would you look up to yourself as an influencer?
Exactly.
You need to ask yourself that question. The way that you're putting out your image, the way that you're portraying out your character, would you look up to yourself as an influencer? Do you know what I mean? Like, would you want to be you? Or are you just doing it because you want to like get the most followers, or it's like you losing yourself in the midst of that. You're losing your true self. You're losing the beauty of who you are.
I think that's what happened when she sent the nudes, because you had to lose yourself to send another woman's nude
to get validation from that man, because he'll be like, yeah, you're laughing with each other. Like, did you send it? Yeah, I sent it. It's like,
because fair enough, she can send her own nude. That's on her own self, but for you to now take it upon yourself as a human being to do it, it's like
you had to sacrifice a good part of you. You had to chip that away to do that, so that you can be accepted. It's like you actually sold yourself, like you sold a part of yourself, like the beauty of you, like you disregarded that to do something nasty and to do something spiteful. It's like, why choose that? And just so that you could be accepted, just so that you think that he would like you more for doing that. It's like, that's not how it should be. No. And that's why a lot of people are just unhappy. Like a lot of, when you hear like celebrities or like influencers, like really deep down, it's like they just feel unhappy because they're constantly having to validate themselves one way or the other. It's like, if today I'm in a like I'm wearing leggings, tomorrow I have to cut off the leggings so one leg is showing higher, then again the cheek has to come out. And do you get it? Because you're constantly having to do something to validate yourself. But it's like, it's only going to take you so far. Like, yes, you might get a lot of likes, but do people genuinely actually truly like you? Because they don't know the true you. They only know the you that you're putting out. They don't know the true nature of you. Like, who are you? You know? It's the same thing with like, if you're dating someone for like 6 weeks, and imagine like 3 guys you're dating for 6 weeks and you're sending those 3 guys nudes, they're not really going to get to know the value that you have, the inner you. They're just going to know the nudes, the outward body that you can give to them. And that's what they're going to get to know first. And it's like, if they're enjoying that part of you, there's very little chance that they're going to bother to really find out anything more about you to really enjoy, because they've picked.
And I think from the first clip when Esther said she pulled up on him,
Mm-hmm.
and he was very nervous, and I'm sure he doesn't get nervous to all of them.
So
women, a lot of the guys or females who do abuse or manipulate, they recognize when there's a weak link in whoever they're dealing with, and they know who's the stronger person. Not to say that one's woman or one guy is better than the other, but whenever a guy's manipulating or females doing the same, they always know who they can just let go like a fly, and who they'll need to keep hold of. And I think when Esther said he was all jittery, because he knows that he needs a range. The other female's not giving him a range. He needed to hold.
She was giving him a lot.
Yeah, and she was competing, because there's no reason why you're gonna stay quiet if a female just pulled up on you and you're in a car. Like, excuse me.
Because like she was providing him like leverage, and she was providing him like a lot. So he needed Esther.
Yeah. So a lot of the guys who abuse or vice versa, they do it because they're the weaker ones.
Yeah,
but
100%.
But then unfortunately, it's like she had to go for therapy, believing that she was the weaker one,
when she
wasn't. She wasn't. She was actually the stronger one, because if that was done to him, he would have crumbled a long time ago, because she was packaged. Correct.
She was patterned up.
He wasn't. So he was the weakling.
She was the one that had the house. She was the one that had the cars. She was the one that had the finances. He literally needed her to be a stepping stone to get everything that he did, and it wasn't even his. He just borrowed, and he borrowed like everything. He didn't have anything.
And without her having all of that, the other girls, when you just need top up cash,
they were just like top up
cash.
All he literally had was his pecs and his height. Like literally, he didn't have anything. Like all he could offer, what he used to trap these women was his height, which is what Bianca said. He's a tall looking, good looking guy. He had the pecs, he had the height, and that's all like he needed to get these women. And I'm pretty sure that he was sweet with his words, because they have to have the words in there to lure these women in. But yeah, I do like what you said about Esther being like the strong one.
It's like a lot of the time he knew, so he knows. A lot of the time, whoever abuses, whether it's a male or female, they know the weaker link, because they know, oh, I can get away with certain things with this person. That's why he was trying to get away, because he knows that if I get caught,
like all these things can get cut off.
But he didn't care for the other females, because he knows it's like they're not really
giving me anything.
So they always know. And they make you think that you're the weaker one. It's like, no, I'm the one. I've got everything, baby. Like I've got everything, so don't even try me.
Yeah. And that's the thing. Yeah, like I think when you're a woman and you have yourself patterned up, like you're not scared to leave, because like like you've got it together. It's sometimes when the roles are reversed, and as a woman you don't have anything, the man pays for everything, the man has given you the house, the man has given you kind of feel a bit like, I don't have anything. If I leave him, I'm nothing without him. And that's not a good place to be. Like that's why in life as a woman, it's like you need to build yourself. Like you need to have your own finances, have your own car, have your own house, like have something for yourself, something with your name on it. Because if anything ever happens and that man tries to make you feel like small or try to like abuse you or trap you, you know that you've got yourself covered. Like you know that you've got something for yourself. Because a lot of women, like when you hear these like stories, they'll be like, but he's the one taking care of everything, he's the one doing everything.
And a lot of it is successful women who have it all.
Yeah.
And they're just like, because they have it all, sometimes you just like, oh, you give, and then you find out like, hang on a minute now. This is not how it's supposed to be.
Yeah. It's mad. But yeah, guys, that is our little 2 pence on it. We have spoken so much, and yeah, I think it was a really good episode. The next episode, I don't know, I feel like after this episode I'm just like, I don't know who these people are in the next episode, but I'm still gonna watch it. Obviously I'll still be back on here, and yeah, we'll be back doing the reaction to it. We'll continue until it ends, and then we'll be back doing probably Bad Girls Club when it comes out. You know the trailer, I think that is UK Bad Girls Club. I think that's what, I don't know what it is, but that's what it reminds me of.
I thought it was like a villa. They're on a villa.
What's it even called?
I have no idea.
I don't know. I call it Bad Girls Club.
I thought they was just like on the villa, like a villa retreat.
I don't know.
Villa retreat. All I keep hearing them is they're just talking rubbish. I'm like, what's the beef? Like, should you be relaxing?
Well, that's what we need to find out. Like, what is
The
going on? What's the beef?
But we'll be here to review
it. So yeah, thank you so much. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. I hope you guys have enjoyed having this Got to Be Done. Please go ahead and check her out for all things health and well-being. And yeah, we'll be back. I think the next episode is it tomorrow?
Tomorrow.
UK Ratchetness.
Yeah, that's what it should be called.
Yeah, UK Ratchetness.
We're keeping up
episode 1.
All the UK ratchetness.
Yeah, we're keeping it up. Like, listen.
All UK ratchetness.
All UK
That's how we get our
ratchet. The fix.
That's how we got
the fix.
The fix. Our daily fix.
Our daily fix.
Our weekly.
Thank you, Trend Central.
We really needed, you know.
I mean, listen, yeah, we do love to complain about like Trend Central. Like, you know, I read a comment. It's just like. It's great they're bringing out the shows, but you know we can do better. But at the same time, I mean, TV is dead for me personally, and it's kind of like it just gives us something to watch, I guess. What I would like to see is maybe like seeing these.
I would like them to do like an what's that show? Like not Apprentice, Apprentice, but social media type of, you know, like Apprentice.
Like, that's what I mean. Like, I would love them to show black people in a good light, not like, every day like
do
negative. No, it doesn't have to be Ratchet Apprentice. Wow, I'm trying to go the other way. It's just like Ratchet Apprentice.
No, but they said Trend Central, they have to have a bit of ratchetness. So I'm saying,
but they don't have to. That's the point I'm trying to make. Trend Central, they'll be on 1 million soon. Maybe I can't remember what the numbers are like. They are probably the only UK broadcast channel platform, whatever, that is bringing out these type of shows.
I think they should do all black Apprentice.
I think they should do like all black like
Apprentice.
Like UK's top influencers from London and successful, or like show us like, you know, their lifestyle, or like the glam, like the good side.
Yeah, Apprentice.
Do you get what I mean? Like without the ratchetness, like I get that drama sells, but I like watching like not to go back, but Black Famous and whatever they was called, like seeing the successfulness, even though they had like a bit of drama, but for the most part, you're seeing black people successful excellence. Black excellence, like, you know, like housewives of, okay, none of them are housewives, but something.
But you know what's really crazy is the fact that if you deep it, 3 women dating the same guy, what is that telling women in society? Is that what we have now been reduced to?
Yeah,
3 women dating the same guy. On top of
that's in the same industry.
On top of it, the guy is even rubbish.
Yeah.
And on top of it, the women are successful women. So now, if you're a successful woman and you pick up rubbish guy, what's hope for the normal female?
Yeah, or for like the younger one, it's just like, wow, you're with all your success that you have, you're on your own, you're doing well, you're doing this. This is the kind of guy you go and pick up.
And 3 of them and multiple of, so out of all the industry, so they're all feeling for rubbish.
So what is it about Matt that was so good that all the women want him?
All the women in the industry want Matt.
What is it?
All the successful women want Matt.
What does that tell us about the way that we are picking?
So we watched a show about 3 women dating the same guy. One for 6 weeks, sending
nudes for 6 weeks that you've been dating.
The other one leaving a baby behind.
Hey!
Can we deep what we've just witnessed, guys? Like mentally.
One leaving her baby behind.
Mentally,
it's so true.
Can we deep what we've just witnessed? That's the society and that's the level of dating that is happening.
Charm. He's charming.
Charm where? Charm where by using my car to pick up other women.
Hey, that's mad, you know.
That's the levels.
3 women dating the same guy in the same industry
in a short space of time. So he was very, very busy.
He was busy.
On top of it, he was working out.
Yeah.
To keep himself
and going
up.
to Turkey and cut, you know, and
so he was dating 3 women, probably more, working out to make sure he's looking slick, and he had time for all of them to give them all the headache that they got.
And you know, like even when she was just like, oh yeah, and even when Bianca was just like, these times he's telling me that he's in Dubai, he's in Turkey when he's in Dubai, and she was stalking Esther because she was like, I know she's with him. That Bianca, Bianca.
See,
Bianca,
we see you.
We see you. You knew.
You knew everything, but you're trying to play
everything.
Slip. That's what Esther looked at you side eye. Like.
Yeah, she did, didn't it? Her and Lonnie started looking at her side eye like at one point because they were just like, rah. Like, you're stalking me. You know what I think I like that Esther does? It's like she laughs. So like, but deep down, she's like deep in it. But it's like she's just grinning, like she's deep in it inside. But she won't let it show that it's like she's deep in it. She's learned how to carry herself well in the midst of the lions or in the midst of the wolves, you know them ones, sheep in wolves' clothing, them ones. Yeah, she knows.
She learned it from Matt, innit?
Yeah, she's built like she had to build herself to be like, right. Yeah, she does.
But that's the deep, crazy, harsh reality. So basically, if you're looking today,
so how much value do these women truly take away their success? It shows that they have little value of themselves. Personally, to me, because it's like you have all the success, but then you go and choose a low life. That means you don't value deep down yourself enough.
But they didn't know at the time. But they kind of knew because Lonnie kind of said that she kind of knew,
and they knew from early though.
Yeah, it's deep. 3 women dating the same guy. At least none of them got pregnant.
Not that we know of.
Exactly.
Not that we know of. Because maybe there's information that they didn't want to share. To be honest.
It's hard out here, right, ladies?
It's hard out here in these streets, man.
It's hard out here.
Now, can the real men please stand up?
Yeah, because women now got to share.
Yeah, literally share one man on a platter. My bit here, your bit here, your bit here.
Yeah, but yeah.
That's mad. But yeah, do you guys have anything else to say? Anybody want to say anything? Because boy, the more I'm deep in it, I'm just like, yeah, that's actually.
But that was just food for thought. So 3 women dating the same guy all around the same time, and the
thing is that they knew other women that he had dated that had high profile.
Yeah, and even though I think one of them said she knew after how messed up the situation was, but it's kind of like it's always weird how you find the facts after. Like that's just so annoying. So why can't I just have my eyes open at the beginning? But it goes back to what you're saying. He was flexing his pecs.
Yeah,
he was blocking the sunlight.
Literally, he was blocking the truth. Blocking like a red flag's coming. Oh, block it.
Wait, if he could even move that much.
Well, yeah, with them pecs, but he's tall enough. So
oh yeah,
he's tall enough. He can block them red flags. Don't worry about that, babe. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. You know? Yeah. You know that thing that Men in Black have, that thing that it's like he does something to you. You ain't seen nothing. You ain't heard nothing. Okay? And he'd be like, yes, babe. Let's go. Enter the car. The range is waiting for you.
The range is waiting for you.
Yeah.
Oh man,
literally, that's how it is. But yeah, we're done, I think. But I really do hope that there is no other victim from here on forward.
Yeah, I mean, they said he was still doing it, but it's his habit. That's what he does. And if there's women,
hard to break.
It's not like people don't know him. You know him, unless he goes and picks up a lady that lives on a farm somewhere that doesn't have a TV or doesn't follow social media, which he will never do because clearly he likes to. Women always want to be the prize for the guy. They want to be like, I've changed him.
Yeah,
he's better with me. I've changed him. All right, sis, change his life.
Yeah, it's true. I don't know who made you savior over his soul, but okay then. Okay, savior, you go and change his life. Make sure yours don't die in the process of it. That's all I'm gonna say.
Exactly.
Literally. But it's so true. Be alert, guys. Be accountable. Have an accountable group. have accountability within your friendship groups, be open, transparent, don't cover up for red flags. Like, and also, like, I want to lastly say, like, don't be afraid of leaving people. Like, don't be afraid of being alone. Like, being alone doesn't mean that you are lonely. You need to be comfortable with your own company. Once you can be comfortable with your own company and you can love yourself to the max, then you're never going to be afraid to lose somebody, because you might feel like, if I lose that person who's giving me this ounce of love, that means I'm not loved. Like, you really need to find yourself in your whole totality and wholeness, because once you do that and you see 1 ounce of like red flag, and I'm not talking about like, because nobody's perfect, I'm not talking about like, oh, someone's character flaw or something. I'm talking about a real red flags that can genuinely damage you as a person or take away from you as a person. Once you see that, you're not going to be afraid to say, I love me more than to stay in this and lose myself. So therefore, I have to remove myself from that situation. Because once that person sees that, they're going to be like, I can't mess with that person, which goes back to what you were saying. They are the weaker one. They need you. Like, they genuinely need you. Like, they find that you are strong. That's why they're trying to take your strength.
That's why she said she was getting the life sucked out of her, because when somebody needs you, you will feel like they're literally
sucking the life out of
because
you.
you hold the power.
She has that. She had the life. That's why she felt it leave. It's that virtue that she carried, that he wanted, and he saw in her, and he pursued that, and he preyed on that. Like, so Esther knows that. Esther knows she carries that, you know, and that's why she was able to stand there and tell her story confidently and boldly and not cover that up. You only get to that place when you actually truly value and love yourself. And I think she displayed that very well. So, like, I'm not saying that all the other women didn't, but you have to get to that place to be able to, number one, you wouldn't care so much about exposing that person because it's not about them. In fact, you are helping them by exposing them, because you're helping them see their truth. Like, there's no point in you hiding what you're dealing with. It's like what you said earlier. If you're gonna, in order for you to cure something, you have to diagnose it. You have to accept, you have to come to the accepting stage. Once you come to the accepting stage, like, okay, I'm an alcoholic, for example. I'm not, this is an example. Like, okay, I'm an alcoholic. From when I can accept it, that's when I can start my healing process. That's when I can actually start like getting over it. But if I'm constantly in denial, then how am I supposed to know what treatment I need to deal with the issue that I'm dealing with? So if you keep covering for someone, hiding, it's like you're keeping them in that dark space. It's like you're covering them up. Like, let the truth set them free, please. Like, and believe that through that, it's going to bring them to a place where they're like, raw, I've hurt so many people. I need help. You know, it's not them, it's me that needs help. So yeah, like, again, please, the power of walking away, like what Faye said, we need to exercise that power. Like, let's not be afraid to walk away. Let's not, that doesn't mean that we're going to be alone and that's it. No, that means that we're going to attract the right people. It's the energy you put out, that's what you're going to attract. So yeah, that's the last word that I wanted to say. I think this is like, it was good because it really tackled on so many different issues, important issues that we need to speak up, especially for young women, because in this day and age where there's social media is so like prominent, it's like young girls feel like, oh, the more I sexualize myself, or the more I show my body, or the more I hang out with these bad boys, or this, that's where I'm going to be accepted. But that's not the truth. And it's like, you don't know that you attaching yourself to that environment is actually taken away from you, and you could potentially get into an abusive situation where they might use you. Like, they might you know, they might start using your body to gain for themselves, or, and you don't even realize, because you're just thinking, yeah, I'm a bad beat, pop that. Yeah, you get me? Like, you're proper like going for it. You don't even know that mentally is rewiring the way that you think, the way that you view yourself, the way that you perceive yourself. And it's changing your perception of you. The more you're looking in the mirror, the more you're changing yourself. You're like, oh, do you know what? Actually, I don't like this now. I need bigger breasts. Oh, I don't like this. So you don't even like the reflection that you're looking at because of the environment. and the words that are constantly spoken over you. Like, it's so important because, like we said earlier, abuse has different stages, and it literally comes like a seed and a seed and another seed and another seed, and before you know it, it's hard to come out of it. Sounding like I'm a bad bee. What exactly? Like, please, they are making disciples of these young girls, and these young girls are dying in this generation, you know, following all this. Yes, it's trending and it's popping or whatever, but how is that, like, how are you perceiving yourself in the midst of that? You know, it's serious.
I agree.
Yeah, it's mad. But yeah, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. I think we could literally go on and on, isn't it, really? But we're going to end it there. Please do hit that subscribe button and make sure that your notification bell is on. And we will see you back, I think it's tomorrow, for the next episode. And make sure that you do subscribe to It's Gotta Be Done. And we